Kia ora, everybody.
Kia ora.
Welcome back to the show.
Oh.
That is giving a throwback.
Nostalgic.
Well, you don't have to miss the show. I was going to say, who misses the show? We're right here.
It's right here.
It's right here. Everybody, Abby and I have this new bit that I wanted to bring to the podcast last week, but I forgot. And I think you guys should all start doing it because it makes texting so much more fun. And it's basically
Makes texting fun.
It's basically like you have to spell words exactly as they sound, which is kind of like how words should have been created in the first place. But so it started because Abby saw the sign for duty free.
And it kept replaying in my head. And I was like, duty. And then I said out loud to Lucy, duty free. Jooty.
And then we laughed. Larfed. And then she said, yeah, and I'm going to go get an apple, APIL. And then
we couldn't stop doing it.
And it's funny because we've always said I'm going to go have a barf, BARF, which actually isn't even
Which is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, and for bath, not for spewing.
For a bathe.
And we went to Auckland and we were spelling it ORKLA.
Auckland?
Yeah, I'm going to Auckland. So we have this new
It's so stupid.
bit that's so stupid, but it's so funny. And my little brother Ben's in on it too. And it's kind of something that I feel like we've all been doing unintentionally for a while. But then when you said duty free, JOOTY, something switched.
Something and we can't stop.
SWICHIT.
SWIJED.
Switched.
That didn't work.
Anyway, send us comment your favourite word swaps. We haven't named the bit yet. Oh, also, you know how at the start of our podcast season, whatever this is, the start of this new podcast, I roasted you for your Nido?
Yes.
So then I was watching the videos back and how much I'm like blah, blah, blah with my hands.
You do talk with your hands.
Yeah. Which is fine when you're on stage, but on a podcast, kind of annoying, to watch back. Yeah. Anyway, so then I said to Abby, full 360, because honestly, normalize changing your opinions when presented with new information, that a Nido is actually cool. So I said to Abby, I'm going to go and get myself one. Go into Farmers, busting for the toilet. How come as soon as you need to be in a store,
as soon as you're in a shop,
store, whatever, busting, I try and get, Abby, hold up your Nido.
It's my little it's the mini cube.
Yeah, and it's kind of dense.
It's dense because I like to just slowly squish it.
And that's exactly what I wanted.
What'd you get?
This is what I got.
So it's a massive, it's 10 times the size of my mini Nido.
It's huge. And I came back and showed it to Abby and I thought, oh, Abby, I got one that's too big. And she said, mine was right there. Why didn't you get it? I said, I was busting for the toilet. And I looked and there was kittens and weird little alien things. I was like, I just want a normal adult Nido.
You need the Nido brand.
What? This is a Nido brand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not the kitten ones.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, and then I saw that this was colour changing and I thought, that's interesting. But I didn't realise how big it was or slimish. So anyway, now I'm squeezing a brain.
But it's not as satisfying as this.
No, because it's too easy. It's no work, no reward.
Yeah. This one freaks me out.
Yeah, this is
iPad baby.
Yeah, so anyway, now after roasting Abby for being an iPad baby, I have gone and become one myself.
And we love it.
But to be honest, this is more distracting than me just moving my hand. So anyway, that's the update on our bit. That's the update on the Nido situation.
I've literally still got so much tears in my eyes.
So many. Nido gate. Okay, Abby, in today's podcast, we are going to talk about the most consequential and major ruling that the Supreme Court just made against Trump. Mm-hmm. And I've written an explainer on this and I've put it on Instagram, but I want to talk about it on the podcast because it actually is huge.
Yes.
And I just want to give a little bit of hope to the people. And I want to explain things like what the Supreme Court is, what they do, what a tariff is, all those things that we kind of feel too dumb to ask at this point because it's we've been talking about these for years. What do they actually mean?
Yes.
And then what I think this means for like Trump and his power going forward, because this has actually given me a bit of hope. And this is so big that I feel like our age group, and fair enough because it's hard to understand, but doesn't quite realise how like monumental this could be. And then I'm going to also talk about, did you see the Trump prank call?
I saw you post about it, but I didn't look into it.
Good. I'll talk about that, and then also some background on the pseudonyms that Trump used to give to the press. Because
okay.
He was and still is insane. And then I've just got a few Epstein updates for us because I know in the first episode we promised to bring some updates as they were happening. But what have we got going on in the pop culture world?
In pop culture, we're talking about Abandoned Monkey Punch, who has gone crazy on social media because he's so cute.
So like I could cry.
No, it's making people cry. There's like fan edits, but like really emotional ones. I actually can't even watch them. We're talking about the story of Alysa Liu, who is the US figure skating gold medalist.
I was hoping that you'd bring her up.
She's an icon.
She's so cute.
So I want to tell you like her comeback story.
Oh, I don't know this.
And then we are talking about a Tourette's campaigner who shouted a racial slur at the BAFTA Awards and diving into the whole conversation about that.
Because it's so sad on so many parts. But like the video should never have gone out. Anyway, we've got a lot to say on that. But first, Abby, every week we start with our little game called Shit Chat where we pull a question and you get to know us better. Okay. What is one conspiracy theory you want to know the answer to?
Do you have one off the top of your head?
So we asked this question in our flat the other day. And I think it's such a good question. I have like a lot, and they're all to do with celebrities because I don't really care about the history. Like history,
like
that all
the Titanic
happened.
And the aliens.
Yeah, like it happened. It's kind of like past its, what's it called when like you can, statute of limitations for me. It's like, okay, well, let's forget about that now and move on to the new ones. Okay, can I give you a list of mine?
Yes.
I really want to know the ins and outs of Taylor Swift and Maddie Healy's 10-year situationship.
10 years?
Yeah.
Holy, I didn't know that.
And I really want, because I've heard stories from insiders that I can't share about some of the things they got up to together. They were fucked. I want to know what happened between Phoebe Bridgers and Paul Mescal because they were engaged and now she's with Bo Burnham, Paul's with Gracie.
Yes.
But then and then Daisy Edgar Jones, where does she
I know,
live?
That's the funniest meme everywhere.
Yeah. This is a bit of a deep cut maybe for you, but I need to know about BJ Novak and Mindy Kaling.
Why?
So they were both on The Office.
Yes.
And they're best friends and they're always on the red carpet together and they look very on again, off again. He's the godfather to her 3 kids.
Yeah.
But she had them on her own. So everyone thinks that he actually donated his sperm for the kids. And they're just
not together.
They're not together, but all these years, like they're so close. He's so close to the kids. Like I need to know because I think
that is a crazy
he
one.
Might be the dad, and so many people think that he might be as well.
Yeah.
2 more. Who is Khloe Kardashian's dad?
Is it O.J. Simpson?
Yeah. Like I just need to know, even if it is even if it is Robert Kardashian, I just need to know for sure, okay? Maybe along that line. And we kind of know this. Kim's butt? That for sure. Well, we kind of know because they go up and down. So they were implants and then removed implants. My last one is Lewis Hamilton gay? And I'm pretty sure he is. Definitely bi, maybe gay. I've heard some whisperings. I need to know the answer to all of these things right now.
So if anyone knows.
And I feel like I'm like, some of these this is going to sound wanky. So wank alert. That's not good. It's not. Asshole alert or something.
It's like you're going to show it. Like
us in Wuthering Heights. Wank alert. I'm sorry.
My eyes keep watering today. I can't do this.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I can't do this. I can't do this.
Stop being funny. I can't.
I don't even want to say what I was going to say now. We've sort of built it up. No, I was just going to say, like, I feel like some of the circles that we now get to be part of, or like some of the rooms that we're sometimes in as the little flies on the walls, we could start finding out some of the answers to these questions.
Okay, we'll go South by Southwest Texas, get all the gossip and come back to you guys.
Yeah, we just become the biggest leaks in Hollywood history.
Narcs.
N-A-R-K. Oh, it's spelled perfectly. We become the biggest narcs.
I actually can't stop crying.
Okay, what's your conspiracy?
Okay, mine is so not on this same spectrum. So, have you heard of the Canterbury Panther?
Yes. Okay,
so in New Zealand, in the South Island, there's been this like urban legend about a black panther, which we do not have massive wild animals like wild cats at all. But there's this like one black cat basically keeps getting photographed, but he looks massive like a black panther. Yeah. And then he's just like disappeared. So everyone thinks he's just living in the wild of South Island, New Zealand, which has crazy landscape, like mountains and shit.
Kind of iconic for a black panther.
Yeah. So it could be living there, and I want to know if it's true.
But that's sad because no one to mate with.
I know. Just one black panther. Could be real.
Could be real. Might not. We could have said aliens, but Obama confirmed that a few days ago.
Exactly.
And we could have said, like, the pyramids and stuff, but I feel like our ones were very loose.
Canterbury Panther.
The Canterbury Panther. But that's like saying I want to know if Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, don't care about Bigfoot.
I don't care about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. He's not in my backyard.
No. Okay, so I love that question.
That is fun.
You guys should all do that question with your friends.
Yeah, because there's so many conspiracy
Actually,
theories.
let's put this one on Instagram and get people to comment what they want to find out about.
And then I watched this Lindsey Graham on television today, and he calls me a jackass. He's a jackass.
Right, should we do some news?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, Abby. This is going to be a learning moment for maybe you and for everyone.
It will be for me, yes.
That's really good. So I'm going to talk about the major ruling against Trump that the Supreme Court just did. And feel free to interrupt me with any questions you have along the way. So what just happened was there was a 6-3 ruling that a lot of the tariffs that Trump has put on a lot of the world are not actually legal. Oh. So Trump's like the cornerstone of his foreign policy, the cornerstone of where he gets his power from is by putting tariffs, which are taxes or duties on other countries. Like that is one of the biggest parts of his presidency is being like, we're in America, like we're the most powerful, and we want to make all of our, like we want to manufacture everything in America, so I'm going to make it really expensive to buy things from other countries.
Right. So that's like buying anything online.
Yeah.
Or like companies getting their stock shipped in.
Yes.
Right.
And the idea is that it would create more work for Americans.
Right.
But what it's actually done is hurt so many American companies because when they would get their things made in like India or in China, it was so much cheaper for them and they could get them sent over here and then finish the product, whatever. So instead, these big companies, which make up a lot of the American economy, have been like, they've lost millions of dollars. And this was meant to be good for the American people, but what's happened is when things get more expensive, instead of the companies being like, oh, it's more expensive, we're losing money. The companies that are selling things, like, for example, this didn't happen, but an iPhone, they have passed, if an iPhone gets more expensive to make, they raise the price of the iPhone. So
the customer.
So the customer's technically paying the tariffs.
Yes, right.
Anyway, so this decision, basically Trump's been using this one law from 1977 that he thought meant he could just like bypass Congress and put all these tariffs on all these countries. Turns out that law does not let him do that.
Oh my God.
So all these things that he's done, not every single tariff he's put in place, but a lot of them have been like, that's not legal. It's showing that Trump does not have this absolute power. He cannot just go around like bypassing the bodies that have been put in place to make sure this doesn't happen.
Yes.
So it's been a knock to his ego and a knock to his power. Now, what's really interesting about this is the Supreme Court, for the first time in Trump's presidency, voted against Trump.
Why did it take them this long?
Okay, so I'm going to explain that.
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court is made up of 9 justices. And the Supreme Court is like the big overruling body that is basically like the court of America. They vote on all the big things like abortion rights, gun violence, blah, blah, blah. And so when you're elected a justice or a judge, you are there until you die or you step down. So, and the only way you can be elected is if a president puts you forward. So when there was Democratic presidents, if someone stepped down, they would probably put in like a liberal Democratic judge. Mm-hmm. Obama got to put in 2 judges. So they were like kind of normal in the head, liberal, Democratic. Trump so far has got to put in 3. So obviously he's put in people that align with his values. Yeah. And so right now the court is stacked 6 conservatives.
Oh, wow.
And 3 liberals.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy that Trump got to elect 3 because these people, they stay from like the age of, I don't know, like 40 till like 90. They don't step down. So the fact that Trump got to put 3 people in there is actually really crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So people say that there has been a stacked Supreme Court in Trump's favor because there are 6 people that basically align with Trump and 3 people that are Democrats or liberals. And this is why most of the time the Supreme Court has actually been ruling in favor of,
that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Of conservative values. Basically, there is a conservative court right now.
Yes. Oh, that's so scary.
Which is, it was like, it's been terrible. And that's why I think it's really important for everyone to understand the mechanics of the Supreme Court because, like, there are reasons why it's been so terrible.
Right.
And this is why this is so huge because 6 people, Trump thought that he would always win because he'd stacked this court. This time, he didn't win. Even the conservatives said, no, what you're doing is illegal.
Wow.
So this is the first time that the Supreme Court, even though it's stacked in Trump's favor, voted against him. And so this has kind of reinstated a little bit of the idea of the rule of law. It's given a lot of people hope, including me, that like for future things going forward, because for a while it was like, oh, well, who cares if it goes to the Supreme Court because they're always going to vote with Trump.
Right.
But now they've been like, well, actually, we don't agree with everything he does.
I hope they keep this up.
No, same. But it's given hope that like they actually can vote against him and they will. And so you might be wondering how Trump reacted to this.
Yeah, how?
He crashed out. Obviously.
Online, in person?
There was a press conference directly after where he called the Supreme Court like unpatriotic, like un-American. Yeah. He was like, he basically cussed out the Supreme Court, which you shouldn't do. Also,
it's
you
so
chose
embarrassing.
them. It's like also they are the boss of you.
Yeah.
And then so he has tomorrow his State of the Union address, which is basically where he makes a big speech to the country to give the state of the country. Yeah. With Trump, it'll probably be all lies. But what's interesting is a lot of the people on the Supreme Court come to that address, and I know that he is going to cuss them out in his State of the Union address. Whereas if you look at Obama's, it's like he has comedy writers help him to make his speech. It's like quite sweet and funny, and there's always good moments from it. So Trump's is going to be not so good.
Oh my God, that's going to be hilarious.
And so I just want to finish this segment with like a little bit of a what could this mean for the future? I've kind of gone into it a little bit. If I'm going to work in the news, try to be optimistic. And this has given me a bit of hope that this ruling, like the Supreme Court, the huge body that is basically making the rules, has said that Trump can't just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Mixed with American people basically hating Trump because of what he's doing with ICE against Americans. Against anyone is terrible, but his own base have started to turn on him because he's used ICE against American people. And also just like the economy not doing well. Boring point. I think this is showing quite a decline in Trumpism. I think he's having a little bit of a fall from grace, and I hope that he is. He still has 3 more years.
Yes.
He still has 3 more years. He's still crazy.
Still has 3 more years.
He's still crazy. But there are ways to diminish his power in those 3 years. There's midterms. There's like the Supreme Court continuing to vote against him. Yeah. So I think because this has shown that his power cannot go unchecked, it's put like one dent or a few dents actually in his ego. And as we know, his ego is kind of his most like important thing to him.
Yes.
I will say like just a few technical points in terms of his reaction. He's also gone and placed a 15% tariff on the whole world, which for some people is actually worse. This is under a different law. His plan B is like, just because he can't use this 1977 law, he's going to find another one. And they will restrict him. Like some of these tariffs can only be for like a certain amount of months, blah, 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 blah. Still bad. He's going to do everything he can to like not be embarrassed about this. Technically, these people that were tariffed unlawfully should be able to get refunds, but that is going to be just the most nightmare show.
That sounds
like imagine every company in the world coming and fighting for their refund. Every company in America coming and fighting for their refund. It's just going to be like by design. It's going to be hard. Like Trump wants it to be so hard so that they don't because the government's already spent that money. This is getting a bit technical now. But anyway, whatever way you look at it, this Supreme Court ruling was amazing. Mm-hmm. Whatever way you look at it, the fact that this happened, amazing. Very impressed with the Supreme Court for once.
Yes.
And let's hope that on upcoming decisions, like there's some on birthright citizenship and things like that, let's hope that they start to rule less in favour.
Yes, and he can stop getting cocky and
thinking he can do whatever the he wants.
Yeah, I hope it knocks his ego. He needs that.
It definitely knocked his ego because have you heard of the alleged prank call?
Well, I've heard of it, but what happened?
Okay, so C-SPAN is like this big political TV network over in the States. Real famous, lots of people watch it. The other day, after this tariff ruling, a man called John Barron rung up and he had some things to say. I'm actually going to play this. So
okay.
John in Virginia, Republican. Let's hear from you.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you ever have in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right,
by
John.
this.
We'll go to Chester, who's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
All right, John.
Okay, so basically it's John Barron ringing up, sounding suspiciously like Trump, going off on tangents like Trump does. And John Barron is a pseudonym or a fake name that Donald Trump used so much in the 1980s to 1990s to feed things to the press.
What?
And it was well known, and I'm going to give you a bunch of examples. So well known that the reason we know this is because he had to testify in court and confess that Trump was John Barron. So we know, legally, we know that this is
my God, what the
So
heck?
anyway, I think the internet thinks that this scenario was just a very good Trump impersonator.
Yes.
Which is funny because they really got his rambling down and Chuck Schumer, he can't even cook a cheeseburger or whatever he said. That's funny for this impersonator. And I almost want them to get their flowers.
Yes, yeah.
But I want to give you a brief history of John Barron, Trump's alter ego. So Trump used this alias, John Barron, throughout the 1980s, with its earliest known usage in 1980 Trump stopped using it after he was compelled to testify in court proceedings that John Barron was one of his pseudonyms. So he had to say in court that it was him. It first appeared in 1980, in May, in an article where John Barron, vice president of Trump Organization, started rumors of a $1 billion deal to buy the World Trade Center. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's a possibility, John Barron, a.k.a. Trump, said.
Yeah.
June 6th of 1980, New York Times article quotes John Barron, a vice president of the Trump Organization, defending Trump's controversial destruction of sculptures on the Bonwit Tower flagship store, which is now the site of Trump Tower. So there were these sculptures there that Trump had promised to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but instead he demolished because he's a asshole. And John Barron goes in the New York Times and defends this decision.
Right.
In 1983, Barron told the press that Trump had decided not to purchase the Cleveland Indians, which is a football team or something. 1984, Barron lied to the Forbes reporter Jonathan Greenberg about Trump's wealth and assets in order to get Trump on the Forbes 400 list. John Barron be doing a lot of Trump's
John Barron is doing a lot.
John Barron is very prevalent. Vice president.
Of Trump. Okay.
Sorry. And it's so funny because it's Trump. So some New York editors recalled that calls from John Barron were at points so common that they became a recurring joke on the city desk. Yeah. So it came like everyone clocked. I think that it was Trump. And then
what a weirdo.
In these court proceedings, he had to say, oh, that was me. What a weirdo.
So Trump, who is this John guy? Where is he?
Oh, that's me. Just your vice president. That's me. Oh, my God. And so anyway, so when this one was found out, he then went on to have a bunch of other fake names because he could no longer use this one. But I just thought that was really funny.
That is really funny.
The Trump impersonator knew well enough to use that name to get people digging.
That's hilarious.
I just think it's hilarious.
With the Trump accent.
Yes.
The Trump accent.
Literally.
Oh, my God, that is so funny.
And then my final story is just a quick Epstein update because we didn't have a podcast to do when the big news was announced that former Prince Andrew was arrested. This is amazing because any time that someone that seems untouchable, like the royals, gets touched, terrible turn of phrase.
Oh, go.
It is very significant because it's like
huge.
Since when does a royal, they are meant to be the most protected people of all time.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, they couldn't, and this often happens, whoever they is, can't get you on the actual charge of like being a pedophile. So what they've got him on, or what they arrested him for, I mean, he's now out, is for suspicion of misconduct in public office based on like him sharing confidential things with Epstein. So it's still related to Epstein, but it's not under any of the like abuse charges or anything like that. The only thing, like this is obviously a good thing, but the only thing that I keep thinking is that, so Trump already views himself as a king, and the fact that an actual royal has been taken down by this and Trump himself hasn't is just going to make him feel like even more of a king. Yeah. Which pisses me off.
That is really messed up.
It's like, okay, like let's get the ball rolling. Get the rest of these pedophiles.
I know, everyone's like, why is no one getting arrested?
No, I know.
Why is it only Ghislaine?
I know.
She's the only one behind bars right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and she's a woman. Every some of them in.
Yeah, there's so many names in the files.
Yeah, I know.
So much evidence.
I'm like, just investigate it properly.
Yeah.
Like put a special counsel together and investigate it properly because the Trump administration is not going to do it. They need external people. It's just, I just can't believe that this is still going on. Like it's like the most black and white, disgusting. It's
they'll be saying there's so many red tape.
No, it's so much red tape. We just can't. Which brings me to my final thing on Epstein is that the UN has said that some of these crimes are crimes against humanity.
Yes, I saw that update, which is
like the biggest crime that you can like label something. Yes. And so the fact that we have a sitting president involved in crimes against humanity is, and he's still sitting and he's like, is just absolutely bananas. So this is the quote from the UN and then we'll move on to pop culture. So grave is the scale, nature, systematic character, and transnational reach of these atrocities against women and girls that a number of them may reasonably meet the legal threshold of crimes against humanity. And that's from the UN.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we still are not seeing any justice for these people.
Not at all.
So there we have basically a big Trump update.
Yeah.
But there's some good in there and there's some bad always when it comes to Trump.
It's very warm. I'm wearing a coat. Nobody knows why.
But I think I'm ready to hear about some pop culture, please.
Do you want some good news? Well, some sweet news.
Yes.
So Punch Monkey.
Punch the monkey.
So this is a baby monkey named Punch, or Punchy-kun in Japanese. So he was rescued by a wildlife park in Japan after being abandoned by his mum. But now he lives in Ichikawa City Zoo. But he didn't bond with any of the monkeys. So the zookeepers gave him a orangutan, like IKEA soft toy to cling onto. And he's gone viral because he drags it around and he hugs it in the enclosure. And everyone's so sad for little Punch Monkey.
Because did you see videos of him getting bullied?
Yeah, they're not bonding. He wasn't bonding, but there's been an update where one of the adult monkeys have taken him in and gave him a big hug.
No, I can't.
He's so cute.
And like, has there been like more people going to the zoo?
Yeah, the zoo has been crazy busy because people just want to go. It's like, you know, the hippo. Do you remember the little pygmy hippo?
Yes.
It's the same thing. Little Punch Monkey is getting lots of fans.
Wait, also, is this a good zoo?
I didn't have a look, but he was rescued because he was abandoned. So it was like he wasn't going to survive out in the wild.
So
anyway.
this zoo, whatever other things they're doing, they saved our little Punch.
Yes. So I would assume
that it's like a rehabilitation
one, but I'm not 100% sure. And then it's really funny because in true pop culture fashion, the orangutan soft toy has sold out in IKEA stores. And do you want to know the name of the toy?
What?
Jungle Skog.
What? Jungle Skog and Punch
Jungle
Monkey.
Skog.
No, and what is it? Punchy-kun?
Punchy-kun.
Oh my. Okay, that makes sense because I was thinking like, how cute would it be to have the little ring?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So then now they're struggling to get enough stock because everyone wants.
Do you know what they should do? Is they should like do a certain percentage of sales to go to like monkey rehabilitation.
They donated heaps of soft toys to the zoo.
Oh, don't!
To help with the other animals.
This is so cute, Amy.
I know, but now all over TikTok, you'll just see like the most emotional,
it's actually fucked.
sad music of Punch going around by himself in the corner of the of the zoo with his little monkey toy.
It's too sad. It's too sad. But there's like, I've seen some like hope core ones. Of,
yes,
like,
it is.
If no one else got me, I got. Like, it's so funny. Like the internet is like peaking. Yeah. But it's like also so sad and cute.
Little Punch Monkey.
Oh, I love that story.
And I have a cute story. So the comeback of USA figure skater Alysa Liu has helped her win gold at the 2026 Winter Olympics.
She's an icon.
So have you seen?
I've seen her because of her iconic hair.
Yeah.
Her stripy hair.
Yes.
And then I saw her winning skate. And then I saw that she did like her at the like gala thing at the end. They get to do their own skate, and she did like Zara Larsson and
Zara Larsson Pink Panther song.
And she's
iconic.
She's so cool.
So she's only 20 years old. Yeah. But 4 years ago, she finished 6th at the Beijing Games at 16 years old.
Okay.
Did I say 4 years old?
No, 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. At 16 years old. But she was so burnt out after that she quit and retired from figure skating.
Because I think she had a coach.
I think she's still got the same coach, but it was training was too much. She didn't have autonomy over what she was like, how she was training.
Yeah.
Any of her program or anything. So she took a 2-year break to travel and study. And then she made a comeback and she asked her coach, I want to come back to figure skating, but I want these strict conditions that I get to choose, the creative process, the music, the amount of training time, her own diet. She said, no one's going to starve me and tell me what I can and can't eat. So she's come back. She's like a 16-year-old. She's come back as an 18-year-old into figure skating. She knows who she is, who she wants to be, what she wants her passion to look like. And then she ended up winning the gold medal, which is the first women's figure skating gold medalist for the US since 2002.
It shows that you don't have to be put on these most strict like training routines, diets that make you want to die.
Yeah.
Just a little added context, and I don't want to take away from her at all because I'm a huge fan, is that so Russia is banned from competing at the Olympics at the moment because of their attack on Ukraine. And they historically been very good at figure skating, which might explain why America hasn't won since 2002.
Right, so they must have won a lot of the medals in between.
Yeah, but it's really nice because it's like this is giving other people like her a chance. And she's like a really good role model.
Yes.
So we want her to have won because some of the quotes that she's been giving.
She is like the epitome of a Gen Z icon. And she said she wants all this attention that she's getting because she's got more of like an alternative style that this whole new audience has come to watch. She wants to raise awareness for mental health in sports.
Yes.
Which is really sweet because she's been through it.
To be able to show that, like, because everyone says that to be so successful at these sports and blah, 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 you basically have to ruin your life on the way.
Yeah.
And yes, in some cases, if you want to sacrifice your life to win these medals and things, it might work. But for her to be like, I did that.
Yeah.
It sucked. Now I'm doing it and I'm doing it happy.
And I want to enjoy. Yeah.
And didn't she say like that she enjoyed the struggle? She was like, I like the struggle as in like it doesn't make her feel down to struggle. It makes the highs higher.
Yeah. Okay, my last story happened just last night at the BAFTA. Okay, at the BAFTA Awards, a Tourette's campaigner shouted a racial slur while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting on stage.
This is one of the craziest stories. We're only into, what is it? End of Feb.
Yeah.
Craziest stories of 2026 just because of so many factors. One, how sad I feel for everyone involved.
I know.
Two, the fact that the BBC left this in.
Yep.
So the BAFTAs happened live, but they're not streamed. 2 hours later, they are
and they
put out to public.
Did cut out someone shouting "Free Palestine." So then everyone's like, why did they not cut out this? But they cut out the "Free Palestine" comment.
Nah, that's crazy.
So it's like they had the chance to. They should have, but they chose to keep it in. They did end up editing it out way later, but the damage was done.
Okay, let's have some context on.
Yes. Okay, so John Davidson is a Tourette syndrome campaigner and has Tourette's himself. He was at the BAFTAs because there's a nominated film, I Swear, which follows the story of his own diagnosis, his struggles and journey to raise public awareness. And the title is a nod to his uncontrollable swearing because that's a massive, it's one of the, symptoms of having Tourette's syndrome. So
it's such an ironic name for this story that
it all happened in one night.
It all happened.
So obviously he was at the BAFTAs, invited because it was a movie about him, and his tics made him shout the N-word from the audience in a really awkwardly quiet part of Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo's presentation, who they're both black actors.
Yeah.
And you can see they have this moment of awkward, uncomfortable expression.
They may not have known that he had Tourette's.
Well, apparently John Davidson was shouting throughout the night, and there was a disclaimer at the start of the night about him and his Tourette's, and if you hear some words. So it was known that this was happening, but I think for that word to come out while there was two black actors on stage, they just froze because
you would.
Yeah.
That's it's honestly it's horrible for them.
I know.
It's really horrible for John as well.
Yeah.
But it is one of the biggest criticisms I've seen is that the presenter went on to thank everyone for their sort of grace while this happened and to, further explain Tourette's and what happens. But there was no apology. There really should have been, and we are so sorry that this happened, a bit of awareness. about the fact that this happened to two black people, like on what shouldn't have been live TV, or like on TV at this big award. Like, it's one thing to have awareness about the disability, but they also should have used this as a chance to bring awareness to honestly the racism that's like hasn't gone away.
Yes, because I saw some comments that said the BAFTAs have had some like racist things happen in the past, and so they haven't always been a very comfortable place for people to be at.
They really, I feel terrible for everyone involved.
I know.
I think it's on the BAFTAs and the BBC to have actually handled this.
Yes, 100%. They're the hosts.
Yeah.
John Davidson ended up leaving afterwards. He wasn't kicked out. He left.
It's really sad, but it's also like, I think I would love to hear some commentary from someone that is an expert in Tourette's talking about this, because again, a lot of the things I've been seeing online is like, well, racism is still so embedded in our society that, you know, he still saw it, thought it, and associated it with the two presenters on stage.
But then there is like, with Tourette's, it kind of attaches to like the worst possible words because it knows they're bad and it blurts them out as an impulse. So it's like, even if you just know the word.
It's like like your intrusive thought.
It's an intrusive thought, but it actually gets pushed out, which must be so hard to deal with which is what the movie is raising awareness of.
And it'll be so interesting to see whether this does good things for awareness of the Tourette's community.
Yes.
Or bad things.
Yeah.
And because he had every right to be there.
I know.
And it was, you know, until the racial slur came out, it was really amazing that they had him in the crowd. They did the disclaimers. They, you know, said that this is happening and like it's one way of normalizing it, right? Like to have him there, let him be exactly how he is. But then this was just, honestly, it was really unfortunate.
It was.
And there needs to be an apology from someone somewhere. It's almost too late. But
because then Dalroy said that they did what they had to do on stage, but he wished someone from BAFTA spoke to them afterwards.
Yes. Oh, yes. Even like some care. Off screen, off stage, whatever.
But he didn't get it.
Oh, okay. That seems like just human decency.
Exactly.
Was, like, lost.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe the BBC didn't cut it out before putting it out.
I know.
Oh, that is I reckon that will be the craziest story of 2020. Well, for me, I don't know why I find it's just such a mishmash of awareness, but also unfortunateness.
I know.
And then like just like quite sweet people involved.
Yes. Like,
and then, like,
I think John Davidson would be
mortified.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Aside from hoping that a public apology is made from somewhere, someone, that's definitely on my radar. What else is on your radar coming up, Ed?
I've got 2 books.
Ooh.
So I've got Hamnet, which one of my clients gave me. So Hamnet is a historical fiction that imagines the life and death of William Shakespeare's only son. My wipe. Oh my God. So it's a historical fiction that imagines the life and death of William Shakespeare's only son, Hamnet, who died in 1596 at age 11.
And you want to read this?
Well, apparently it's amazing. Well, it's a modern book.
I want to see the movie.
Yeah, apparently the movie is amazing as well, with Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal. So I'm going to read that. Okay. And I have Victoria Schwab's newest book, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. So she wrote Addie LaRue, which was my favourite book.
Abby loved it.
Last year in the book club that I gave 5 stars. Addie LaRue. And it's a fantasy horror about vampires.
Oh, okay. So it's perfect for it.
So it's perfect. A modern Twilight, maybe.
God, it's not going to be able to live up to whatever expectations you've already set for it.
No. And what's on your radar?
I have a book. Actually, I have 2 books. One that I'm already reading called I Love Dick, which is known to be like one of the quotes on the front is it's like the most important book that you can read about women in like the 21st century or whatever. And it's really interesting. It's about this couple that are like, one of them's a filmmaker and one of them's like a philosopher or something. And they're really modern considering this book was in 1997. Oh. And they go out for dinner with this guy called Dick and she like falls in love with him. And then the husband kind of does too. Anyway, and I'm only up to like the first like third, and it's them just writing all these crazy infatuated letters to Dick, who just is kind of like,
is he replying?
He's like, they've written all these letters and they've only sent a few, but they've written 80 pages of letters. They've only sent a few. And then they rung him up being like, we want to make a film where we like put all these letters on the cactuses outside your house and on the door, and then you come and find them. And it's like, but actually they're both just obsessed with him. So they've had like one fax back from him and like a phone call, and he doesn't seem into it. But I'm interested to see where the story goes. But it's so interesting. So the wife and the husband are like in love, but they don't sleep together. But then when they have this infatuation, they sleep together because
so it's like a
reignited
sexual fantasy kind of.
Yeah, but they like, there was this one part where they were talking about their mornings together, and it's like, we usually lay in bed till 12. The first, we wake up at like 8. Sylvia goes and makes the first coffee. We talk about this. Then he makes a second coffee and toast, and we've woken up enough to talk about like people and art and blah, blah, blah. And then by our third coffee, our brains are buzzed enough. We talk about like the mortgage and bills and blah, blah. It's just like really cute.
Random.
Like, I don't know, like modern domestic life, but it's written in 1997, but it feels very modern. I don't know. So I don't know where it's going to go, but it's interesting. The other book I want to read is Yesteryear.
Oh, that's on my to-be read as well.
TBR. And then the last on my radar is Harry Styles' album.
It's in just over a week.
Yeah, I can't believe it wasn't on your radar.
I know.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just over a week. The whole album.
Excited. We're going to do a bonus
listening album or like review. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, at the start of one of the podcasts.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun.
Anyway, we are off now to record our book review podcast where we review The Alysas, which is all about the troubled teen industry. And considering, spoiler, Abby and I didn't love the book, but it is about to be made into a TV show written by Lena Dunham or produced by Lena Dunham, which I think will be amazing.
Yes.
I think the podcast is going to be really good because I have gone and done some research on kind of like the worst sides of the troubled teen industry.
Yes.
And I'm going to give them all to Abby and we're going to talk about them on that podcast.
It's going to be good.
So you should join the book club.
Book club.
You can do that in the show notes. We will put a link. It's the cutest book club on the internet. Next month, we're reading my first 5-star book of the year.
Oh, yeah, we're reading My Husband by Maud Ventura.
I've already read it, but I said to Abby, like, I really want Abby to read it. I will reread it, and this would be amazing for the book club because it's about this woman that it's like you wrote, it's like a domestic hot thriller or something.
That's what it had on Goodreads, domestic thriller. And I was like, I
thought it was so funny. It's a woman that's just infatuated with her husband in a way where it dominates her entire life. Like she'll position herself to be sitting correctly on the couch when he walks in and like, And so, and there's a big plot twist at the end. It's iconic. You should join the book club. If you don't want to do that, you should just read the newsletter. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to do that, you should come to South by Southwest and see the live show that Abby has designed and I will be performing. And if you don't want to do that, you can leave us a rating or a review on Spotify or Apple Pods or YouTube. If you don't want to do any of that, don't bother coming back. I'm kidding. We love you and we will see you next week.
Bye.